shining the floor of his boat real nice, and he's whistling very happy. And his friend comes by and he said to him, "Hi Paco, how are you?" "Oh, wonderful, super. Tell me, what did you do?" He said, "Well, today a gorgeous blonde happens to pass by and she said to me, 'Paco, would you like to take me on a ride on your boat?' And I said, 'Sure.' And she went into the boat and I took her to high seas. And when we got there, I said to her, 'Either we make love or you swim back.' And she said, 'But I don't know how to swim.' So what can I say? We had a wonderful time. Next day, Paco is shining the floor of his boat and whistling very happy. And his friend happens to come by. "Hi Paco, how are you?" "Great. Oh, it's such a wonderful morning. Tell me, what did you do?" "Well, this beautiful brunette happens to pass by and she told me, 'Paco, would you like to take me on a ride in your boat?' And I said, 'Sure.' So she went in and I took her to high seas. And we got there, I said to her, 'Either we make love or you swim back.' And she said, 'But I don't know how to swim.' And what can I say? Super time. Next day, Paco is shining his boat very slowly, quiet, not whistling. And his friend comes by and said, 'Hi Paco, how are you?' Why, what's the matter?" He said, "Well, today this gorgeous redhead, but gorgeous, came by and she said to me, 'Paco, would you like to take me on a ride in your boat?' And I said, 'Certainly.' And she went in and I took her to high seas and I told her, 'Either we make love or you swim back.' And she started to undress and I take a look and it was a man. And I don't know how to swim. It was this young man takes his parents to a geriatric doctor. And he said to him, 'Doctor, I have a big problem. My parents are getting very forgetful and I don't know what to do.' So he said to them, 'Well, you know, there's really not too much to do. But one thing I can tell you, have him write down everything. And this way, at least, they'll remember.' So this is what he does. He tells the parents to write down everything. So Sarah and Abby are sitting watching television. And Abby said to Sarah, 'Sarah, you know what? I have a taste of a little bit of vanilla ice cream. Would you mind going to the kitchen and bring me some?' She said, 'Sure.' 'Sarah, don't you want to write it down?' 'Abby, what's there to write down?' I'll go to the kitchen, take a little plate, put a scoop of vanilla ice cream, and that's it.' 'Well, you know, as long as you're going to do that, would you mind pouring over a little bit of chocolate syrup?' 'No problem.' 'Sarah, don't you want to write it down?' 'Abby, I'll go to the kitchen, take a little dish, put a scoop of vanilla ice cream, pour over a little bit of chocolate syrup. That's it. What's there to write down?' 'Okay. You know, another thing, Sarah, you know how I love nuts. Would you mind sprinkling over a little bit of nuts?' 'No problem.' 'Sarah, would you like to write it down?' 'Abby, I'll go to the kitchen, I'll take a little dish, put a scoop of vanilla ice cream, pour over a little bit of chocolate syrup, sprinkle a few nuts. What's there to write down?' 'Okay.' She goes to the kitchen, and about 15 minutes later she comes out and she hands Abby a plate with 2 fried eggs. And he looks at her and he said, 'Sarah, I told you to write it down. You forgot the toast.' Lady
Low battery?
goes for a physical.
Alex, you have the plug?
And the
Plug.
doctor examines
Yes,
her and he said to her, Mrs. Goldberg, for a lady your age, you are really in top shape. That's wonderful. Tell me something. Do you still have intercourse? And she looks at him and she said, Doctor, I really don't know. But wait a minute. She goes out to the hallway and she yells, Abby, do we still have intercourse? And he said, no, we only have Blue Cross and Blue Shield. This very ritzy couple get invited to a very, very nice, posh, dance. And so she puts on her best clothes and everything, and they go to the dance. And in the middle of the dance, she gets a terrible headache. And she tells her husband she has to go home. She can't stand it anymore. So, but she said, you stay, you enjoy. So he sends her home in a taxi. She comes home, and she goes into the house, and there's James, their butler, sitting in the living room with a glass of cognac and a cigar. And she looks at him and she said, James, come up to my boudoir immediately. She goes up to her boudoir and he follows her. And then she said to him, take off my shoes. And he takes off her shoes. Take off my nylon. And he takes off her nylon. Take off my dress. And he takes off her dress. Takes off her undies and she looks at him and she said to him, the next time I see you wearing my clothes, you're gonna get fired. Dogs are by the veterinarian. And one asked the other one, tell me, what are you in for? And he said, oh, they're gonna put me to sleep. Oh, why? Well, my owners have 3 boys, and those boys drive me crazy. They pull my tail, they pull my ears. The other day, the little boy pulled my tail so hard that I bit him. Oh, I'm sorry. And tell me, what are you in for? Well, my owner is a lady. She's a widow. She's very beautiful. She has a gorgeous body. And she loves to prance around the house naked. Listen, I'm a dog. But I can see, I can smell. The other day, she bent down. And I just couldn't resist it. I gave her a lick in her behind. Oh my God, says the other dog. And because of that, they're gonna put you to sleep? Oh no, says the dog. I'm here for a pedicure and grooming. He's walking in the beach and she finds a bottle. She picks up the bottle and she takes out the cork and a genie appears. And the genie is bending down. Thank you, my lady, for freeing me, giving me freedom. Just because of that, I'm ready to grant you 3 wishes. Okay, you just name it then. So she said, well, I would like you to convert my little house into a palace. And 1, 2, 3, appeared this magnificent palace. What's your second wish, my lady? Well, I would like you to make me into a beautiful princess. And 1, 2, 3, there she is, beautiful with a gorgeous gown, magnificent princess. And what is your third wish, my lady? I would like you to convert my cat into a charming prince. And not said and done, there's this gorgeous prince coming, running towards her, and she is running towards him, and they embrace. And then the prince said to her, Now tell me, aren't you sorry that you neutered me?
Oh,